with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the public hearings on the TRRC. Imam, you have the floor if you can offer some prayers, please.
Thank you, Chair. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Rahman Rahim Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Alhamdulillahi hadina li hadha wa ma kunna linahtadi lawla an hadina Allahul awwalul akhir wal zakhir wal batin. Ya Rabbana lakal hamd. يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي وجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد خاتم النبيين وإمام المرسلين بحرمة اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي الكريم سيد سند العظيم ذو القلب الرحيم سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
Amin. Shukran, Imam Jalal. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Lord God Almighty, of grace, of mercy, and of compassion, you who creates all humankind throughout the whole world in your image and in your being. You will sustain and provide for all. We call upon your divine mercies and your divine compassion. And we continue to plead also upon your love, you to whom vengeance belongs. We continue to bring before you the hearing of today, tomorrow, and the rest of the coming days and weeks. We do pray that you will grant us the spirits of fortitude. Grant us the spirit of patience. Grant us to listen to you, and grant us patience to allow the due process to take its proper course. And at the end of the day, justice will be rendered. This we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop Wadeko. Council, we announced yesterday that we had finished our consideration of the theme on the NIA, the National Intelligence Agency, and today we are opening a new chapter on West African migrants. But before we get to it, if you don't mind, take a minute or two just to set them, or give us a setting, as it were, of what this new theme on West African migrants essentially entails, so the public would be aware of where we are going on this. Please, yeah, you have the floor, Council.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, and members of the audience. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for giving me this opportunity to say a few words about this theme. The public will recall that during public hearings of the Commission, members of the killer machine, called the junglers, testified that they were tasked and ordered to execute several West Africans, and a number that those who testified could not really determine, but our count was about 44 people were executed by this group, somewhere in Kanilai or at the border and dumped at a well. This evidence confirmed the theory that the Commission had at the outset of these investigations, wherein we made one of our objectives to investigate the alleged or suspected killings of West African migrants in the Gambia. At the outset, evidence emerged that about 8 West Africans were killed at Brufut. Government had issued statements denying the arrival of a group of West Africans in this country. And government position kept changing depending on the evidence that emerged. But to cut a long story short, the government of the Gambia tried to cover up the fact that West African migrants had come to the country and were executed. There was this pretense, if I may call it such, that those killed were in fact mercenaries. But the evidence that we would present before this commission would go to show that these were indeed West African migrants. We call them West African migrants because they come from different countries in the sub-region who had gathered in Senegal to take a vessel to go to Spain, but were brought to Gambia through agents and were apprehended by members of the security forces. That event happened soon after a similar event wherein a group of 35 were also arrested in the Gambia, and their leader is alleged to, or claimed to be, a grand or great grandson of Serigne Touba. So this was the trafficking line from Moor to Gambia and then to Spain. But that group of 35 were subsequently prosecuted. Well, some of them were prosecuted and convicted, and some of the migrants served as witnesses. Unfortunately, this group of 50 who were apprehended at Bara received a completely different fate together with their agent in Gambia. So the evidence we're going to lead is to show that these were migrants, they were apprehended. There was no reasonable basis to conclude that they were mercenaries. They were executed in cold blood at different stages at two different places in the country. But more significantly, the government took massive steps using the public administration machinery to cover up this big crime. The hearings is intended to expose this terrible act that has happened to our West African brothers, including a Gambian. Essentially, that is the purpose of this hearing. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much indeed, Council, for that setting that helps us understand what we are getting into. I assume also that in view of the fact that the nationalities are involved, that the hearings here would get testimonies from non-Gambians as well, if you can confirm that.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we would have received testimony from non-Gambians, mainly Ghanaians, some of whom were present when these things happened. Some are members of victim families, and another person is someone who was intimately involved in the actual investigations and is able to say what the two countries have done in order to get to the bottom of this matter. Perhaps another thing that I need to say is that part of the evidence in this theme has already been heard. That is the actual killing of the victims. We've heard from several junglers who confirmed how this killing was done. But in order to ensure that there's coherence in this narrative, we would also bring one jungler who has not yet been called on the subject to talk about how the killings actually happened. So we hope that at the end of the day, we would have been able to provide a very detailed and coherent sequence of the testimony, of the evidence for the comprehension of all. But of course, there are other interesting concerns which we hope we will be able to handle properly during the hearing, especially in view of the international dimension of things. But with your able guidance, we should be able to deal with them quite adequately. Thank you.
But the reappearance of the junglers or a jungler who will be coming would essentially be a regurgitation of what had been said in earlier testimonies here.
In a sense, yes, but from his own perspective and from his own participation, but essentially confirming what everyone else has said.
Fine, splendid. You may now continue, Counsel, with the witness if you're ready.
Thank you very much. May the witness be brought in, please.
swear me
the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You may be seated, please. Good morning, Mr. Ba. Welcome to the TRRC.
Good morning.
Mr. Ba,
Yes.
we do interpose interpretation in the local languages.
Thank you.
In the first place, I ask you, which language do you want to testify in?
Wolof and English.
You want to testify in both. Why are you so greedy? Take one.
English.
English. But feel free to speak in Wolof if you want to.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So can we have interpretation in Wolof, please? Mr. Witness, you've just taken an oath to speak the truth. It is an offense under the laws of this country to lie under oath. It is also an offense to provide false or misleading information to the commission. You understand?
Thank you.
Good. So the intent, please, and it would be okay. All right? You understand?
Thank you.
We want to talk to you about the events of 22nd July 2005.
dañ bëgg a waxtaane xew-xew yi nga xam ne moo xewoon ñaar fukki fan ak ñaar weeri July 2005.
But before we do that, could you provide us with your full name, please?
Waaw balaa ñoo def loolu nag ndax dañ ñu mën a wax sa tur ak sa sant.
Yes. My name is Kebba.
maa ngi tudd Kebba.
What is your date and place of birth?
Kañ nga juddu ak fan nga juddoo?
13 March 1962 at Bara.
fukki fan ak ñett ci weeri March 1962 si Bara.
And which school did you attend?
Ban school nga jànge?
Balangar Primary School.
Balangar Primary School.
From which year?
Ban at?
1977 to 81, then proceed to Berending Junior Secondary School.
1977 na. The 1981 mu jégi ma continuer dem Berending Secondary School.
You went to primary school at age 16?
Primary school nga commencé bi nga amee fukki at ak juróom-benn.
Something like that.
mel noonu.
Well, that used to happen in this country.
Yes.
And I'm happy that even at that age, you are willing to start learning. I think that is commendable.
loolu ñu gërëm la ci nag comme que dem nga ba tollu ci at boobu waaye teewul ba léegi yaa ngi bëgg rek pour jàng.
So you finished Berending Secondary in 1985?
Exactly.
Da nga jeexal Berending Secondary atum 1985.
Wow.
And then what did you do after that?
Gannaaw boobu lan nga def?
Well, you know, we are from Bara. We have some, you know, these canoes that sails from Banjul to Bara.
xam nga ñun waa Bara lañu te am nañ ay gaal yu ndaw yi la nga xam ne nii ñooy jàllale diggante Banjul ak Bara.
We don't want to be sitting down wasting, so we normally join these canoes to have our pocket monies and then our clothing and so on without disturbing our parents.
jamono boobu nag dañuy bañ a toog rek ci kër gi bañ a def dara moo tax ñu daan ànd ak gaal yooyu di dem ak ñëw di mun a foraatu tuuti di ci jëfal suñu bopp bañ a diggitam suñuy waajur.
And you did that for how long?
loolu def nga ko ba ñaata diir ñaata at?
Well, from 85 to 1988.
loolu nag def nañ ko ci diggante atum 1985 ba 1988.
And what did you do in 1988?
1988 nag loo def?
From 1988, I decided to join the Gambia Police Force.
ci 1988 nag ci laa fexe.
ndax yaa ngi nekkoon police ba 2005. fa boobu yow ban ma xam nga yore woon?
Couple.
te boobu couple la.
Do you recall this day, 22nd July 2005?
fàttale ko nga bés bi ñaar fukki fan ak ñaar weeri July atum 2005.
Yes, you will cancel.
Wow.
Could you tell us what happened on that day?
Di ñu mën a wax lan moo xewoon bés boobu.
Yeah, I received a tip of information from my childhood friend,
ma jotoon benn bataaxel si kenn si suma xarit yi
businessman,
di kuy yëngu ci wàllu njulo
Name?
Mr. Serindur.
ne mu ngi tudda Serigne Ndour.
What was the information?
The information was
We wait for the interpreter.
xibaar bi lan la woon ban xibaar nga jotoon.
okay. The information was he got information that he lives in Bara on the side to Junak when I say on the right hand side beside. I don't know whether people know between North Bank, Bara and Junak he lives. He has his house located around that area.
bataaxel bi nag moo nekkoon ne daf ma wax ne comme que moom mu ngi dëkkee Baara ci boori Jinak fa la kiram nekkee.
He said he had information that there were a group of people that they don't understand. They look stranded or I don't know. Because mom, he was in Combo and then he just called me to inform me.
moom mu ne dafa jotoon ab bataaxel boo xam ne nii am na ay groupe nit ñoo xam ne daal mel ni seen yoon wi dafa jariwaat waaye nag moom xamuloon ndax moom mu ngi Kombo jamono boobu moom it dañ ko wax.
And then
I walked.
Did he tell you where these people were?
wax na la nit ñooñu fan lañ nekk.
Yes, between Bara and Junak by the beach side
where
his house is located.
ñu ne ñu ñëwoon ci diggante Jinak ak Baara ci boor bi nga xam ne fa la kiram ngi nekk.
And then what happened after that?
gannaaw loolu nag lu xew.
Taking the information, I relate to my authorities. By then,
bi ma jotee bataaxel boobu nag ci laa ko àggale ci sumay kilifa ci jamono boobu.
And that found me on duty because in those days we worked 8 hours from 4 to 12 and then from 12 to 8 and then 8 to 4 o'clock.
jamono boobu nag mu ngi fekk maa ngi liggéey te ndax jamono boobu juróom-ñetti waxtu lañ di liggéey si bés bi di ko daggee ñeenti waxtu yi dem ba juróom-ñetti waxtu yi jëwaat juróom-ñetti waxtu ñëw ba fukki waxtu ak ñaar.
Yeah, the demarcation was it was shifted in 3 shifts. Those will work in the morning, close. Others will come for afternoon, close, and others will come for night.
ay liggéey bi nag dañ ko xaajoon ci ñetti boor ñii dañuy xëy si suba gi ñii gontu ñii dal di fanaan.
And what time did you receive this information?
yow ban waxtu ci nga jot xibaar boobu.
Well, I can't remember, but it's about from 4 o'clock to 6 onwards.
Between 4 and 6.
Thank you.
ma fàttali ko waaye nag lu ci munti xew daal diggante ñeenti waxtu jëm juróom-benn waxtu yi ci ngoon la woon.
And you said you reported to your authorities.
léegi nga ne nag bi nga jotee xibaar bi yow danga ko yëgal sa ay kilifa.
Who in your authorities did you report to?
ci kan nga ko yëgal.
By then I have Inspector Jawara Demba was my SO.
jamono boobu nag Inspector Jawara Demba moo nekkoon suma SO.
And by SO you mean station officer?
Station officer. Sorry.
And what did you tell him?
lan nga ko wax.
That I received a tip of information from the neighbors, my friend Mr. Noor, that people have seen group of people between Bara and Junak, and they look stranded by the beach side. Can we do something to check their situation? We rescue them.
ci laa ko wax ne ko day jar naa benn bataaxel si suñu benn dëkkandoor ku ñu xamee Serigne Ndour nekkee ci boori Baara ne nit ñi wax nañ ko ne am na ay nit ñoo xam ne dañ nekk ci seen gaal gi te seen gaal gaa ngi costé si boor boobu ndax duñ jéem a def fexe pour ñu leen a sowee.
He did not say anything about gaal. He said they were stranded. ñu ci boori géej gi nuru ñoo xam ne daal amuñ pexe guñ fa génnee.
Thank you. Okay, sorry.
And what did Mr. Demba do with regards to that information you gave him?
Sa Demba nag bang ko joxe xibaar boobu lan la def?
I was number one to be detailed.
Mané kon pour njëlbeen koo xam ne nii nag danañ ko leeral.
And then we were able to get 2 boats, 2 local canoes from Bara.
Lañ fexe nag am ñaari gaal yoo xam ne nii ci Bara.
Boarded by experienced sailors within, Bara Banjul. That is one Alaji Jassam.
Dawal ko nag di ñaar ñoo xam ne ñu màcc lañ ci dawalam gaal diggante Banjul ak Bara kenn ci Alaji Jassam.
And the other one was Mr. Ndour, who is Pa Ndour, who is late.
Keneen ki nag ndem si yàlla Pa Ndour la.
And what was the purpose of that?
That was to go and rescue them from where they are, because it was getting late. And that distance between Bara and this place, Junak, is full of these, wild animals like hyenas and so on.
Jubluwaay bi nag moo doon pour dem sawe leen ndax diggante boobu sori woon na te jamono boobu rabi àll yu dangaar ñoo fa nekkoon yu mel ni ki bukki yi.
And what did you guys do?
Léegi yéen lan ngeen def?
We went with these boats, 2 boats.
Lañ dem ak ñaari gaal yi.
Do you recall who you went with apart from the 2 captains, Alaji Jassam and late Mr. Ndour?
Fatale ko nga ñan nga àndaloon mu ute ak Jaksar ak ndem si Yàlla Ndour.
And so the officers, I can't remember, but I was, in 2 boats. I was on board 1 canoe. So the other one, we went before them because I have the, first-hand knowledge of the information.
Jamono boobu nag mënu waa wax ñan ci officers yi lañ waaye nag ñaari gaal lañ demee woon te ci benn gaal gi laa bokkoon ñu nag ñoo jiitu woon ndax lu munti mel maa gënoon a am xel xam-xam tuuti ci mbir moomu.
Man ma ñëw ak
bataaxel boobu
bataaxel bi. So tell us what happened when you went to the location.
Léegi wax ñu lan a xew na ba ngeen eggee ca béréb ba.
Reaching at the location, we saw group of ladies. There were some ladies with men who looked wretched and tired. They were waving, smiling.
Bañ fa àggee nag ci lañ fa fekk ay groupe nit am nañ fa jigéen am nañ fa ay góor yi tamit ñoo xam ni daal ñu ngi sonn te tamit ñu ngi doon ekkati loxo te ñu ngi doon muñ ci jamono boobu.
Why were they smiling, as far as you know?
Maybe they were thirsty and hungry.
Wasn't it that they were happy that they are now being rescued from their stranded situation? And what happened after you arrived there?
We
interpretation.
We asked them to onboard the canoes.
And then?
And then they hurriedly come on board, and then we stood by the tail of the canoe, and the two canoes, put all of them inside, and then we depart from this from the beach side. We just sail to Barab Wharf.
Ci jamono boobu nag ci lañ gaaw ñoom itamit éeg bi ne waxee éeg leen ci gaal yi ñu ànd ak ñun yow ñoom ñëpp ci ñaari gaal yooyu génn ci tefes li ñu leen jëlee indi leen ci waafi baara bi.
At this stage, did you see these people carry any items that would have been unlawful to carry under the laws of this country?
Jamono boobu nag ndax gis ngeen kenn ci ñoom ñoo xam ne mu ngi amee dara loo xam ne daal waruñ koo amee ci loo xam ne méngoowut ak luwaa réew mi.
No, your council, no council. They were in a haste to get something to eat.
jamono jooju ñu ngi yàkkamti woon pour am luñ lekk.
As far as you could see, what did they have in their possession?
yow ci li nga mën a gis jamono boobu lan lañ amee woon.
Small personal effects like these small traveling bags. Only that.
ay jumtuwaay yu ndaw rek yu mel ni ki ay baag yi tukkeekaay yi le rek.
Mooy saak.
saag yi tukkeekaay yi le.
Did you see anybody with any weapons?
gisoon nga ci ñoom kenn koo xam ne mu ngi amee woon gànnaay.
No.
déedéet.
I will cancel. No.
When you saw them, were you able to conclude as to what was their purpose for being there?
yow ba nga leen gisee rek ndax yow xalaatoon nga ñoom lan mooy woon seen jubluwaay bi war a tax ba ñu nekk foofu jamono boobu.
Council, this bagway program, the Fayaga, it's been existing for quite a long time.
xam nga yoonu bagway wi dafa yàgg nekk na loo xam ne nii daf doon dox ci lu yàgg.
Proceed.
So I thought maybe they were mistakenly or wrongly dumped around that area.
ci jamono jooju nag dama yaakaaroon rek ci njuumte moo taxoon ñu dal di leen kosteloo foofu.
Are you suggesting that these were backway travelers?
bon dafa mel ne nga bëgg a wax ne ñii ay tukkikat yi ñoo wax backway leen woon.
Yeah, something like that, because they were with some foreign money, some dollars and so on.
waaw lu mel noonu ndax jamono jooju ñu ngi koppar yoo xam ne ni koppar yi bitim réew la ñu mel ni ay dollar.
Did you ask them any questions at this stage?
ba nga leen fa fàkkee nag ndax am na yan laajte yoo xam ne laaj ngeen leen ko.
Due to the, they were hurried, they were looked to be tasty, and tired. From the picking ground, we just bring them to Bara, to the wharf, where they drop down and hurriedly start buying food, stuffs, buying drinking waters, and so on.
lekk jamono boobu seen nekkin ba na mel ñu ngi yàkkamti woon xiif ak luñ lekk ak luñ naan dañ leen jël rek indi leen ñu wàcc dal di jënd luñ lekk ak ndox mu ñu naan.
As far as you were concerned, these were migrants.
yow daal ci sa wàllu gis-gis daal ñii ay tukkikat lañ.
Something like that.
waaw lu mel noonu.
But is it something like that, or that was it?
daf ko nuru wala loolu la woon ci boppam.
No, I think that is that. That is that. That is that.
foog naa daal loolu la woon.
That is that.
Mr. Witness, don't leave it to ambiguity.
Yeah, they're troublers.
Could you answer? Hello? I said, let the witness not leave it to ambiguity. Leeral ko num gëna leere.
Wow, ñooñu suma gis-gis daal xëy na de gaal bu leen den yóbbu the boat that was carrying them, maybe because normally they travel by those people travel at the back way they go at night. Maybe it was daytime. This man, the boat dropped them there mistakenly. Maybe that's what I think.
si suma gis-gis daal li ma yaakaar moo nekk ne rek comme que gaal gi guddi lañ ko dee doxal bi bor seetee ci bëccëg bi rek ñu dal di leen fa wàccee ci am njuumte ci li ma foog. yow Mike.
Did they tell you what was their purpose?
ndax ñoom waxoon nañ la ñoom lan moo woon seen jubluwaay.
Yes, because we don't go into that questions and answers with them too much.
ñun nag àgguñu nag ñoom ci laajte yeeg tonte yooyu noonu.
Did they tell you who they were and what was their reason for being there?
ndax waxoon nañ la ñoom ñooy ñan ak lan moo tax ñu nekk foofu.
No, my able counsel, because what happened is when we came to, they were in a hurry to, get into town and get some food because we did not have that rapport with them. We were just to rescue them from where they were, because that area, it was getting dark and we have infested with full of hyenas, very wild animals living around that area. So we just want to take them out from that area and bring them to.
Déedéet ñun suñu ñëw nag ñoom sax ci loolu ndegem ndax ñoom biñ wàccee ñu ngi yàkkamti woon lool pour mun a jënd luñ lekk ak luñ naan ndax nag jamono boobu noonu fañ nekkoon nekk na béréb boo xam ne nii béréb bu raglu la ndek rabi àll yi fa nekk yu mel ni ki ay bukki.
So when you arrive at Bara, where did you take them?
léegi ba ngeen eggee Bara nag fan ngeen leen yóbbu.
We take them to the police station where we met other sister forces, immigration and the others, and those people start their, regularities as taking names and address, screening them, and that takes time. It went up to around 10, 11 when our time finished. So we closed and left them there.
Jamono boobu nag ci lañ leen yóbbu ci police station bi ñu fekkante fa ak ay yeneen i buntu liggéeykaay ñoo xam ne ñu ngi liggéey ci wàlli kaaraange gi lu mel ni buntu liggéeykaay police bi saytu wàlli kayiti réew mi di immigration ñu leen ay seet nag seen i kay def seen i liggéey fa lañ nekk nag ba fukki waxtu ak benn bi suñu waxtu wàcc jotee ñu bàyyi leen foofu.
Before you left this station, you said the details were being taken. Where were those details being recorded?
balaa nga doon bàyyeeko foofu ca station ba nag nga ne yéen doon binda seeni mbir yi nga xam ne moom ngeen binda noonu nag ci fan ngeen ko doon def.
I am not part of those who were. I was part of those who went for rescuing them. But I know one thing: in a group of people, they will just take white paper and take jottings because they were too much. Maybe they were about, if I can remember, they were about 50 plus, 52 plus, if I can remember.
Jamono boobu nag man bokk moon ci ñi doon bind man ci ñi demoon pour sauver lañ rek ci laa bokkoon léegi nag li ñu doon def rek mooy comme que dañ bëri ay fuy weex yi rek lañ jël jënd dal di bind seen i bind man ci ñi nga xam ne dañ demoon pour sauver lañ ci laa bokk.
As a police officer, is there any record that must be kept of events that have been reported to the police or of which the police is aware of?
Comme que yow police nga ndax amut fenn foo xam ne fa lañ dee binda yi nga xam ne mooy xew-xew yi nga xam ne mooy am ci police bi ak ni moo doxee jamono jooju amut fenn fuñ ko dee binda.
Yes, there must be, there should be.
Waaw foog rek war naa am foo xam ne ni foofu lañ koy bind.
Mr. Witness, let us cut the pretense. We all know what has happened, and you all know what your procedures are. Tell us exactly what your procedures are and what happened.
Seede bi nañ bàyyi la xalaxal bi ñun ñëpp xam nañ li nga xam ne mooy dox te yow it xam nga li nga xam ne moo fay dox waxal ñu naka la mbir yi dee demee nga leeralal ñu ko bu fekkee ne lii xew na naka lañ ko dee defee.
The station diary is kept at every station, isn't it?
Yes, council.
Police station bu ci nekk daf dee am téere boo xam ne dafa ñoo binda lépp loo xam ne mu fa xew.
Isn't it?
That's correct, council.
Waaw noonu la.
And what is the purpose of the station diary?
Waaw lan mooy njëriñi téere boobu ñuy binda xew-xew yi.
Just to record the normal activities in and out.
moo nekkoon rek mburu bind nag yenn xew-xew yi nga xam ne moo ci am ci biir ak ci biti.
If people, suspects, are brought into the station, what would be done with regards to that?
su fekkee ne am na ay nit ñoo xam ne dañ leen njorta ñu indi leen foofu ci station bi jamono jooju su fekkee ne loolu xew na lan lañ dee def ak ñoom.
That is it. They have to enter it in the diary and then.
dañ koy bind ci téere boobu noonu.
Is that as a matter of routine? Is that what is to be done all the time?
ndax noonu la dee faral di war a amee saa yu nekk.
That's correct.
waaw noonu la.
On this particular occasion, was it entered in the station diary?
bés booba nag ca xew-xew boobu ndax bindoon nañ ko ci téere boobu ñuy binda xew-xew yi foofu ci station bi.
Council, when the police station, there is a diary, of course, there is diary, but you have to take jottings. Like when you come with a number of people, group of people, the officers over the counter sitting down, they will take your name and address, number of people, exhibit and so, right? Then you go to the diary keeper and he will enter those things. But for us, I mean, from rescuing them from where the infected areas, we brought them to the charge, which it was getting dark, it was getting late, and then they were too much. They were given chance to buy food and this and that and that. And time goes on until it was.
Are you avoiding to say that this was recorded in the station diary? Are you avoiding to say that?
It should be recorded. It should be recorded. It should be recorded.
Was there any reason why it should not be recorded?
It should not be. It should be recorded.
In fact, as a matter of course, it was recorded and you know that.
Council, it should be recorded, but I was not on the diary. I am a rescue officer. We bring them in. There were other officers who were over the counter. And those people are expected to do what they should do, Council.
Man nekkumoon ci daayira bi man nekkoon naa ci ñi nga xam ne ñoo demoon di sawee ji leen am na ñu waroon nekk daayira bi te séntu nañ ne ñoom war nañoo def li ñu waroon a def.
All right, let's take it step by step.
Léegi dañ ko jël benn benn.
Who were the officers at the time who were responsible for making entries in the diary?
ñan ñooy ñi nga xam ne ñu fa doon liggéey te ñoom seen warugal la woon pour ñuy binda ci téere boobu muy daayira bi.
Council, every relief has a relief commander.
Council ay bu nekk rek am na ku ko jiite.
The relief commander is I was not a relief commander because I was.
You are taking us away.
I'm sorry,
from the issues.
Okay, no.
Léegi yaa ngi génne ci mbir mi.
Just answer the issues.
Okay.
Tontul rek mbir mi.
When we, because I work, Mr. Ndur is a good man, he's my friend.
You're taking us to other things you are not asked. Mr. Ndur is a good man, and that is not the answer to who was there keeping the diary.
What happened is I have relief commander. I went on the ground, and then each relief were containing men. I think the SO will there tell you how much was in a relief.
Mr. Witness.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness.
Yes.
Would the station operate without a person who would be making entries in the diary?
No.
The police station bi dinañ liggéey te fekk amuñ nit koo xam ne warugalam la pour muy binda xew-xew yëpp ci téere boobu.
No.
Okay, so there must be someone there making entries of the occurrences in the diary.
That's correct.
Foog mu am ku fa nekk koo xam ne dafa war di binda xew-xew yi nga xam ne moo xew yëpp mu di ko binda ci diary boobu.
Yes.
In fact, as a matter of procedure, the moment you bring in a person, the first thing you do is to go and have it recorded.
Ndaxam sax ci li nga xam ne noonu la liggéey bi di war a doxee bu nit egsee rek li nga war a njëkk a def mooy dem binda ay mbiram ci téere boobu noonu.
True or false?
Wala wala déet.
And so, you cannot bring large number of people, you just write like that. No, they must be accounted. So if it is one arrest, you can just arrive. I arrive with somebody and they write this thing quickly. But you have to, jot down names and address and give it to the diary keeper.
Council doo mën a jël ñu bari ñoom ñëpp rek bind seeni tur su fekkee ne kenn rek nga indi woon man ngaa wax ne accident ak diw ñu dal di bind waaye nag ñu bari ñooñu foog si rek ñu dal di jël bind seeni tur ak seen sant ak yooyu door koo jox diary keeper bi.
Did you guys do that?
Ndax def ngeen loolu.
Anyway, I did not do that.
Man defuma loolu.
Mr. Witness, stop the dilly-dallying.
No, I did not do that.
Stop the waffling. No, you told us earlier that white paper was taken and the names were written and details.
Others will do it. Other sister forces in the office will do it.
Yeneen nga xam ne ñu jël ko ci yeneen buntu liggéeykaay ñooñu def nañ ko.
We are not the only officers who were on board.
The question is not whether Kebba took a white paper and made the jottings. The question is, did the police who were there take the details of those who were brought in?
Lima laajte mooy ndax police ya nga xam ne ñoo fa nekkoon jëloon nañ mbiri ñooñu yëpp bind ko ci téere bi.
War nañ ko mën a def because
yes, you have done it.
I think, Mr. Witness, you are deliberately refusing to answer the question, and this is disappointing for an officer of the force of the security forces. Answer the question.
Council, yes, they did it.
Council, wow, def nañ ko.
Why did it take you so long to say this?
Because
all of you are trying to cover up this terrible crime that has happened by refusing to say that these things were recorded in the book. Of course it was written. And you know it. Apologize to the commission for wasting our time, for twisting and taking us astray, and refusing to say that this thing was recorded.
I apologize to the commission.
Thank you very much. This was recorded in the book. And what time did you leave on that day?
Council, leave to where? Leave to go home or leave to the scene?
What time did you leave the station?
11 onwards, 11 to 12, because we parade 30 minutes before the hours. When it was 3 shifts, we parade 30 minutes, that is 11:30. The other relief will come and the other relief will start taking over from 11:30 to 12.
Liko dagge fukki waxto ben ñu tege fanweri minute jëm fukki waxto ñaar ci xaji guddi ndax jamono bobu nak ci la ñoy rang gannaaw bu suñu ayé jéxé bala benen ayé di ñew jëlé ci ñun.
As at the time you were leaving, where were these people, the group that were rescued and taken to the station?
Nag jamono jooju nga bàyyee ko foofu ca police station bi ñooñu nga xam ne ñoom nga de woon sowe ji anañu.
I left them at the police station.
Ma leen bàyyi woon ci police station bi.
What were they carrying at the time you left them at the station?
Ba nga leen a bàyyi ca police station ba ñoom lan lañ yore woon.
Small personal effects, bags, clothes, dirty clothes, and so on. They were buying food, drinking, washing.
Ay jumtuwaay yu ndaw rek yu mel ni ki saagi tukkeekaay yi ak ay yére ak yeneen yére yu tilim di jënd lekk gu ñuy lekk ak lu ñu naan.
At this time, at the time you were about to leave the station, what was the view of you and all the officers in the station as to the purpose of the people who were just rescued?
Yow jamono ji nga xam ne yaa ngi bàyyi police station bi foofu noonu yow ak ñeneen ña nga xam ne ñuy sa ay liggéeyandoor yu fa nekk lan mooy woon seen gis-gis ci mbiri ñooñu nga xam ne ñoom ngeen demoon sowe ji.
We sympathize them, we sorry them because they were ladies.
Ngeen yërëmoon ndax amoon na ay jigéen.
You see the way and manner they were eating threats and these things, you sympathize them.
Gisee ci anam biñ doon lekke sax dañ leen a yërëm.
Themselves and so on, we really sympathize. We sympathize them.
Waaw dañ leen yërëmoon daal.
Was there any reason, anything at all, to suggest that these people were a threat to the security of this country?
Ndax amoon na dara loo xam ne mënoon ngeen ci sukkandiku lu leen mën a wax ne wala loo mën a foog loo ne ñii ay nit lañ yoo xam ne daal dinañ xejamal kaaraange réew mi.
No, Your Able Council, no.
And when you left, were they under custody? Were they under control?
Yow ba nga faa bàyyeekoo ndax boobu dañ leen jëloon nag teg leen benn béréb boo xam ne ñu ngi leen doon saytu foofu.
No, in Bara police station, it is fenced. So when the group come, they were all in. We have tap, we have toilets inside. They were just making their washing themselves, doing other necessary inside.
The question is whether they were under the control and under the custody of the authorities of this country.
li ma laajte mooy ndax jamono jiñ fa nekk noonu mu ngi mel ni ñu ngi woon ci woon loxo ñi nga xam ne ñooy kaaraange réew mi.
ati police bi jamu damu ñu ngi yaa ngi si loxo.
You could have said that earlier and spare us the repetition in the question. But thank you very much. I have no further questions for the witness. No, one last question. When you come back the next day, what happened?
Banga delu si waatee nag ca ëllëg sa lu xew.
When I came back the following day around for the same duties, when I asked about the people who we brought, yes, where are they?
bi ma ñëwaatee nag ci ëllëg si ni ki ñeenti waxtu ci ngoon ma laajte nag ne ñi indi woon démb ana ñu.
I was told that yes, they were received by the Navy boat and they were taken to Banjul.
ci jamono boobu nag wax nañ ma ne yóbbu nañ leen Amdalaay gannaaw loolu dal dinañ.
And did you subsequently hear any other information about the?
I can't remember. I can't hear anything unless and after later, when I heard they found so many, dead bodies at this place, Ghana Town. I don't know and where.
ci jamono boobu nag déggatuma dara rek ba ci jamono boo xam ne ni dégg naa ne gis nañ ay néew ci boori Ghana Town ak yeneen.
What did you make of that information when you received it?
Ba nga jotee xibaar boobu nag noo ko jëfooyee.
I cannot say anything because I live in Beira, where we normally pick up dead bodies and so on by the beachside and so on. Boats, they drown. Sometimes people drown, and that is known to us. We normally say those type of things.
mënu moon ci wax dara ndek baara gi ma dëkk nag léegi dañ dee faral di gis niw koo xam ne ni génne nañ ko ci géej gi fekk sax boroomam dafa suuxoon loolu daal nekk na loo xam ne ni lu yomb di am la.
So you believe that these are people who might have drowned and their bodies rose to the shores in wherever in Bulfoot in Ghana Town. That was your belief.
Man daa yow li nga gëmoon mooy ñii ay nit la ñoo xam ne dañ lap seen niw yi ñu gis leen daa ci tefes gi ci Bulfoot foofu yow loolu nga gëmoon.
Well, because they happen to Gali.
Maybe it's sometimes usual to the boat.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. No further questions.
Thank you, Council, and thank you, Mr. Barr. Council, have we been given, or TRRC been given, a copy of the registry containing the names and the entries and how many people were entered in the register that day?
That is one of the most important issues in this inquiry. So I would want to leave it at that for the time being.
Okay. Has the witness been helpful in the?
Yes, the witness has been very helpful. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We'll come back there. Commissioners, if you have any questions, please, Commissioner Kinte.
Mr. Ba, thank you very much for testimony.
Mr. Ba,
I know the terrain you're talking about. I worked it on foot, motorcycle, and everything. What I want to ask, one, were they closer to Bara or were they closer to Kajata?
Lima laajte mooy fa ngeen leen fekk noonu Bara la gën a jege wala Kajata dina Kajata la gën a jege.
It's closer to Bara.
Bara la gën a jege.
Two, were they in another canoe and you asked them to come over to your canoe, or they were on the shore? And if they were on the shore, was there any other canoe around? Like if they were stranded, maybe there was no fuel in the canoe or whatever.
Li ma laajte nag mooy ba ngeen leen fa fekkee da ngeen leen fekk ñu ngi ci biir gaal wala da ngeen leen fekk ñu toog ci tefes gi ndax gis ngeen benn gaal goo xam ne mu ngi fa xëj na ngeen xalaat ne essence am moo jeex wala dafa paan wala lu mel noonu.
No, when we arrived at the point, they were deep inside this thick forest. It was getting late. They were not even by the beach. They were just, when they heard of the engine, all came out, started, waving their hands
déedéet bañ fañ leen fekk nag boo sax nekkuñ sax ci pegg tefes si ñu ngi woon ci biir àll bi ndax mu ngi doon waaj a guddi si biñ déggee suñ machine gaal gi rek ci lañ commencé génn di yëkkati seeni loxo.
beneen gaal nekkutoon foofu boor boobu.
There was no other boat.
boat.
We are the only two boats to rescue them.
ñaari gaal yooyu rek la ñoo demoon pour sauver leen.
Thank you very much.
jërëjëf.
Thank you. Imam Jallo, you have the floor, please.
Witness, when you met these people, did you ask them where they were coming from? What was their mission into the Gambia?
Bangeen demee pour sauver leen ndax laajoon ngeen leen fan lañ bàyyeekoo ak lan moo leen seen tànk ci réewu Gambia.
Yes. Like Ninglen, we asked them, some of them were seeing Ghanaians, but they speak different language. They're speaking French. Most of them were speaking English.
laaj nañ leen nag am na ñoo xam ne ñu ne Ghana waaye nag liñ doon làkk lëkkul benn làkk ñii ñu ngi doon làkk français ñii ñu ngi làkk anglais.
Fine, thank you. Mr. Barr, how large was your rescue team? You said you were part of the team that went out to rescue these individuals. How large was the team?
Mr. Ba, yéen ñi demoon pour sauver ji leen nag naka ngeen tollu woon.
We were only two.
ñun ñaar rek lañ woon.
Captains who captain the local canoes. That is Alaji Jassam with another brother, Pandur, who is late.
ñun ñaar la woon.
Those are expert in the sailing.
ak yeneen ñoo xam ne ni ñu màcc leen ci mbiri gaalile Alaaji Jassam ak Pandur mi nga xam ne ndem si yàlla la.
Two individuals going to rescue 40-something people?
50-something.
Yéen ñaar rek ngeen demoon pour sauver lu tollu ci ay ñeent fukki nit ak dara.
Yes, Council, because the area was infested by hyenas, so it was not safe. And we are police, we protect life and property.
waaw ndax jamono boobu na béréb boobu dafa dangaroon uurutoon ndax dafa bëri woon bukki te ñun ni ki liggéey police ñun suñu warugal mooy pour aar nit ñi ak seeni jumtuwaay.
So you couldn't risk sending 10 rescue team members just to save yourselves from the hyenas?
Bon dafa mel ni bëgg leen woon a ebal lu tollu ci ay fukki nit yoo xam ne ñoo leen di sawee ji ndax rek ngeen ragal rek pour ñu songal bukki songaleen.
No, Council, because hyenas will come at night. Chairman, my able chairman, hyenas will come at night and it was getting late. It was not time for the hyenas to come out.
jamono boobu duutoon waxtu pour bukki yi génn ndax bukki yi ñoom guddi rek lañ dee génn.
Hyenas didn't know that there were 40 people.
Bukki day xamuñ woon ne ay ñeent fukki nit nga fa de.
Well, the rest and rescue, how did that happen? You went out to rescue these people, not to arrest them. But what was the sequence? First, go and arrest some of these individuals you don't know? I'm a bit unclear on that. If you can just go over the sequence of rescuing them and then arresting them.
Dafa am lu ma leeru na ba ma ko mënee leeralal naka la mbiri toppalante da ngeen dem pour sauver leen ba pare doo leen arrest wala ngeen dem arrest leen sauver leen.
Police is a word, Council.
It's not bad la.
You have to apply the word police.
Foog si nga jëfoo baat bii di police.
You have to be polite.
si nga nekk koo xam ne ni ko am yar nga.
You have to be obedient.
Foog si nga nekk koo xam ne ku dégg ndigal nga.
You have to be loyal.
Foog si nga nekk koo xam ne ni ku wéeru si ndigal nga it.
You have to be intelligent.
Foog si nga nekk ku màcc si liggéey.
To get courtesy.
nga war a nekk ko am yar.
If you are given an information.
Fekkee jot nañ la ab bataaxel.
You apply this word police.
nga jëfoo baat bii di police.
You should know what to do.
war nga xam lan nga war a def.
Because you were taught, you were trained.
ndax dañ la tàggat dañ la jàngal.
We were trained by then Nigerian police expert, Mr. Okundayo.
nag jamono boobu Mr. Okondayo di benn Nigerian bu màcc ci wàllu liggéey police moo ñu tàggat.
I was sorry to interrupt you, but I was asking for sequence, not Boy Scout rules.
Sorry,
What would
sir.
happen?
Sorry, sir.
That one. Please go on.
That is why we did not demand for that the arrest. We just went to demonstrate our policing skill.
loolu nag moo tax nag demuñu rek grip demoon nañ rek jàpp leen waaye nag dañ jëfe woon li nga xam ne nii mooy suñu métier si wàllu police.
Yes, Commissioner Jones, have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman.
Chairman.
Mr. White, it appears you were about to correct the chairman when he said 40-something West African migrants.
Dafa mel ni dang buñ bëgg jaajan ci chairman bi jamono bi mu waxee ne tukkikat yooyu tollu woon nañ ci ay ñeent fukki nit.
Can you please tell this commission whether you did a head count on the number of people that were rescued?
Ndax di nga mën a wax commission bi nag ñooñu nga demoon sowe ji ndax compté woon ngeen leen?
Wow, yes. We count them when they boarded because it's 2 canoes.
waaw compté woon nañ leen jamono bi ñuy yéeg ndax ñaari gaal la woon.
Each boat contained about 20-something.
gaal gu nekk eboon na lu dem si ñaar fukki ak dara. waaw.
Can you give a definitive number or you don't know?
No, it was 52 plus. I can't exactly remember the number, but I know it's 52 plus.
mënuma xam nag ñaata nag la woon waaye nag xam naa daal juróom fukk ak ñaar ak lu teg.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chair, this is a bit murky water, and that's why I didn't raise it with the witness. He doesn't know how many people there were. There's just the belief that there might have been about 50 or more. And that is why I did not raise it with the witness. The next witness will tell us about it, who actually did a physical count himself.
Okay.
You know, I mean, there are lots of things that the witness does not know. So he could only talk about what he actually knows. And that is why I limited it to just what he knows.
Fine.
So the next witness can clarify a host of other issues.
That helps. Well, I hope he knows how many canoes were there. Two, yes, he said 2. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. If you have any concluding remarks to make on canoes and numbers, please go ahead and do that now, Mr. Witness. And we will then conclude it. Please go on.
Yes, I have to thank the commission. I have little to say.
dama war a gërëm nag commission bi ndax am naa lu tuuti lu may wax.
The benefit which goes to the entire Gambian and the whole world at large.
di njëriñ loo xam ne nag jëm ci Gambie yëpp ak àdduna bi yëpp.
We have our kids, our families, Europe and here and everywhere.
nga am suñuy xale ak suñuy njaboot fii ci réew mi ak ci bitim réew ak fu nekk.
They listen to the commission and they look at it.
They déglu te they seetaan tamit commission bi.
They enjoy it.
te tamit nag danañ ci di déglu.
Truth and Reconciliation Committee.
ci li nga xam ne mu ngi jëm ci wàllu seede ay dëgg ak mbiri jubóo comité bi nga xam ne ñoo ko saytu.
It's good.
lu baax la.
In our manual, there is a saying which says, find the facts, mind the feelings.
ci kaw nag li nga xam ne nii mooy suñu taxawaay ci buntu liggéey bi dañ de wax ne nag ñu seet lii dëgg bi tey tamit nag fàtte li nga xam ne nii loolu la def si ñun.
We are police.
ñun ay police lañ.
We are paid by you people.
ñun nag yéen a ñooy fay di Gambien yi.
We will try.
danañ fexe jéem.
to deliver our service.
àggale nag suñu service.
to the maximum.
ci nu mu munti toll.
as expected.
ci li nga xam ne moom lañ séntu ci ñun.
There was a police advisor, Mr. Famara Jammeh.
amoon na benn ku daan yedd nag police di Mr. Famara Jammeh.
He will tell us if people tax are collected and give it to you.
bu wax nañu ne bu fekkee ne naamaay nit ñi dajale nañ ko jox la ko.
You receive that salary without delivering what is expected.
Te tamit nag nga jël nag xaalis boobu noonu te àggalewoo li nga xam ne loolu lañ séntu si yow.
Is fire.
Loola kon safara la.
Fara Jammeh used to tell us that.
Fara Jammeh nag moo ñu daan wax kàddu yooyu.
So with that advice,
ci kaw ndig loolu noonu.
myself and everybody and the young ones.
Suma bopp ak ñeneen ñi nga xam ne ni ñu ngi ci.
Let's serve them.
Service.
Let's demonstrate our police work.
Police B.
I think so with that. Whatever little we have. Salaries and so on and any other thing. If we do it cleanly, open-heartedly, I think God will give us a reward. Even whereas we are not promoted, and we are, I mean, you work clean-heartedly, God has reward for you. May God help all of us. We TRC. Pray to God. God pour cold water within our this sub-region, Gambia. That's all.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Ba, for coming to testify.
Mr. Ba,
one last question. What happened to the canoes or the boats there? Were they taken into custody, if I can use that term? What happened to the boats?
The boats were there because this is our personal use. We use them to carry people from the other side to the other side of the from Bara to Banjul.
They weren't kept as evidence.
Coming
later.
The boat that brought the migrants was never found. The two boats that went to the rescue belongs to the locals.
Okay. With you. Thank you very much. We will take a 30-minute coffee break and come back at 12:05 noon. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you very much.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to